concerned that some steel products could face tariffs within months, as Ione Wells explains.
Tata Steel employs thousands in Wales but is making multi-million-pound losses, and that was before the pandemic hit demand. But there are fears the latest challenge for the sector could be Brexit.
Boris Johnson has said that the Brexit deal is no quotas and no tariffs. That is just not true, because the steel industry is going to be subjected to 25% tariffs on every tonne of steel that we export to the European Union above a certain quota. And what's even worse is that steel going from Great Britain to Northern Ireland will be included in the calculation of that quota. So we really have got a very troubling situation here that could have a very damaging impact on our steel industry.
UK Steel, who represent manufacturers in the UK, said it's likely that quotas for some steel products would run out within the first quarter of this year, meaning they would face 25% tariffs. They also said that while these quotas officially expire in June 2021, it's looking increasingly likely that they could be extended, perhaps for up to another 3 years. So if the UK can't get an exemption from these tariffs or have their quotas extended, they say that could cause big problems for the UK steel sector. But remember state aid or government support for businesses that was a big sticking point in Brexit negotiations? Well, now the UK government has more discretion over how it uses state aid. Could Brexit provide an opportunity for more investment in the sector too?
One is inclined to think that because they express such concern over the ability to use state aid, that they intend to use state aid. However, in the past, they haven't used it to the maximum, even within European regulations. So, for example, within the European regulations, some countries within Europe were able to give their steel industries much more support in relation to energy costs than the UK government chose to do, even though the government did, in fact, give support with energy, but not necessarily to bring it down to other European levels.
But some economists say with lots of industries competing for government support right now, supporting steel may not be an easy sell.
The long-term effect for steel of coming out of Brexit, if nothing changes, is that it will be absolutely destroyed by world markets. So the arguments for subsidizing are one of giving it breathing space to be able to up their game, to invest in the right technology, to move up the value chain. It's the usual Treasury rules. When they produce a subsidy, they're looking at the long-term return. And their argument will be, we don't want to keep on throwing money at something that's not going to produce a return at all. And there are all sorts of procurement rules, even for the public sector. You know, you can't force the public sector to buy more expensive steel because it's British, you know, because they have to account for value for money to the taxpayer.
The UK government say they are in continuing discussions with the European Commission about the increase of quotas for UK exports into the EU single market, and said they will continue to engage intensively with the sector to understand their concerns and requirements. But as tariffs look increasingly like a question of when, not if, pressure is mounting on the